And right now, from the band Contraband and other bands, we've got Richard Black, who just told me that this means Vanilla Ice, and Tracii Guns from LA Guns, and Richard from Shark Island. And they combined this mishmash of talent to create a band called Contraband. Now, I know that Michael, Bobby, and Cher, I guess, kind of got the idea.
Michael Schenker, Bobby Blotzer.
It's hard to just drop names there.
Michael Schenker from MSG.
Oh, Michael Schenker.
And UFO and Scorpion, and former Scorpion.
Right, yeah.
And Bobby Blotzer from Ratt, and Cher from Vixen.
Right.
Now, they met at MTV Unplugged, and I guess they kind of put the idea together, right?
Absolutely.
Then how did you guys get involved?
How did we get involved, man?
In the band, I mean.
Oh, very funny, Rick. We got phone calls, man. Hey, you guys want to do this thing? And we're like, yeah, you know. It's just kind of happened.
You know, Alan, we all have the same manager, so we're all kind of involved with the same manager. And he like mentioned it to us as a joke one time. We're like, yeah, right. We're gonna do a, you know, like a one-off album, you know. But after we were rehearsing at the same place, we kind of jammed one day together to a lot of old songs and stuff, and it was just kind of fun. So we just said, well, what the heck? Let's just put it out. He was willing to do it, and we just said, okay, let's just do it. So
cool.
It rocks too, man.
Yeah, it's
well, we're going to be playing a video from you guys in a little bit and coming back and talking to you. But right now, here's a video. Welcome back to the Headbangers Ball. Still here with Richard and Tracii of Contraband. Of course, they also are with LA Guns and Shark Island. But we're going to be talking about Contraband a little bit later with Silent Lucidity. On the way in the next 30 minutes, be quiet, I'm talking, guys. On the way in the next 30 minutes, a debut from Ty Kettle, Forever Young, and videos from Rhino Bucket and Kane Roberts. Now we can talk. Once again,
Kane
Richard
Roberts?
Black
Did you say Kane Roberts?
Kane
that
Roberts.
Big
Yeah, now he's not as big as he used to be.
So now he's like mini.
Calm down. Yeah, mini Roberts. Anyway, still here with Richard Black and Tracii Guns from Shark Island and LA Guns, but we're talking about this band, Contraband, which has got a lot of other people in it, like Cher from Vixen and Bobby from Ratt. And
Michael Schenker.
Michael Schenker. Did I leave anybody out? I don't think so.
No.
No. Okay. Anyways, now, you've all got different styles. I mean, the bands are all rock and roll, but they seem to have different styles. Was it kind of weird, everybody getting together and trying to play one type of music?
No, I mean, you know, it's only rock and roll, but we like it.
That could be a song.
Kind of attitude, kind of vibe. It's just, you know, all the songs were written by other people, outside writers and stuff, because we really didn't have enough time to get together and really write new material.
So all the songs are cover songs on the album?
Oh, well, not necessarily cover songs. There's like 3 cover songs on the record, and then the rest are outside writers brought them in, and we all just chose the songs that we wanted to do.
Isn't there a Shark Island song on it, though?
Yeah, Bad for Each Other.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Amazing song.
Okay, we're going to come back and talk to these guys in a little bit. But right now, here is a debut from Pantera, and they're going to be here next week. This is their follow-up to their last video, which was called Cemetery Gates, which was one of my favorite songs, and this one is equally great. This is Psycho Holiday from Pantera. Headbangers Ball with Richard Black and Tracii Guns. Now,
Contraband, LA Guns, Shark Island, Pig. We're in all these bands.
All these bands.
Ricks and Pig.
That's another story. Maybe we'll talk about another time. About Contraband. Is Contraband going to be on the road?
No.
You guys ever going to play shows?
We're a video record. We're one of those bands that we're on the other side. Like, we don't tour, but we're on MTV, and we make records, and we take pictures.
Never any live shows?
I mean, I'm sure we'd love to play live, right? I mean, it'd be killer.
Oh, yeah.
It's just hard getting us all in the same room at the same time, you know, that's the only...
Now, what about LA Guns? What are the plans for LA Guns right now? I know you guys got some AC/DC dates, which is cool.
Yeah, we're going out with AC/DC on first date is May 22nd, but the record, which is not called Hollywood Vampires, for everybody that thinks that's what it's going to be called.
Well, that was only because you told us it was going to be called Hollywood Vampires.
I know. It's going to be called 3D, and because the cover's 3-dimensional and it comes with the little glasses and everything. It's kind of hip. Well, it depends who you are. I think it's kind of hip. So we're going to go out with AC/DC. The record will be on the shelves June 11th, and the word is heavy.
Never heard that used for a new album before.
Wow.
What about Shark Island? What are the plans for Shark Island?
Well, right now we're doing a promotional tour with Contraband, me and Cher, and then after that we're going to go into the studio and do our album, which isn't even started yet. So we're still writing for it.
Well,
and the word there is heavy.
Heavy.
Great. Never heard that used to promote an album.
Heavy. Never.
Great. Well, I want to thank you guys for taking the time out of your very busy schedules to talk to us. Right now it's time to play a debut from a band called Taikedo. The song is called Forever Young. They're a Staten Island, Brooklyn-based
No one's
band.
ever used that name for a song.
What's
before.
that?
Forever
Taikedo?
Young.
Oh, Forever Young.
Forever Young.
I can't think of
That's
any
a first.
now. And the lead singer is named Danny Bond. You might remember he was in a band called The Wasted, who toured with Iron Maiden. And here is Taikedo. About you, I'm Riki Rachtman, and right now kicking it on old Jennifer, taken all the way from New York to L.A. That's the name of the couch, is
Yeah.
Jennifer. If you were wondering.
It's a lovely couch.
Thank you. We just did it for you. We got Michael Schenker and Bobby Blotzer, and you might know Michael Schenker from MSG. You might know Bobby Blotzer from Ratt. But tonight we're talking about Contraband, and maybe you guys could tell us a little bit how Contraband got together.
Contraband started by way of our management after Michael and I and the rest of the band Ratt did a MTV Unplugged together, you know, and got together with some tunes, and it's pretty much that simple. And we're having a great time.
Yeah.
You know, the chemistry involved, a lot of fun. You know, him and Tracii playing together is a great combination. I mean, when you hear the record, it's just...
Good chemistry.
It is. It's a lot of fun.
I was watching the video, which we're going to debut a little bit later in the show, with you doing your solos and with Tracii doing his solos and going back and forth. I'm just like, yeah, I mean, it was cool. Right now, why don't we take a look at the clip of when you guys met on MTV Unplugged. It was with Ratt and Michael, and you guys were performing an old Creedence Clearwater Revival classic, Born on the Bayou. You look like you were having like a miserable time there. You were like smiling like, yeah.
Well, you know, Fred Corey was playing congas and that, and he was cracking me up. I kept looking at him. Plus, I was trying to sing the words, and I didn't know what the heck they were, so, you know, but I had a good time.
Okay, I said, we've got the debut of Contraband's video, which is the old Mott the Hoople song, All the Way to Memphis, coming up. And we're going to be back with Michael and Bobby. But right Bangers Ball, I'm Riki Rachtman, Michael Schenker and Bobby Blotzer are here. Now, the number 5 Skull Crusher of the Week is coming up, and so don't you go anywhere. But right now, we're talking a little bit about the band, Contraband, which has you two in it, and Tracii Guns, and Cher from Vixen,
Pedersen,
and Richard Black from Shark Island. I mean, it's a killer conglomeration type of thing. Now, I was talking to you earlier. You said you really didn't take that much time to do the album.
It was pretty funny because it was like 3 days of rehearsals, 3 days of recording, and I was on my way out of town on a little ski trip, and the phone rings, and as I'm walking out the door, it's like, we got one more song, come on down and record. So I got the dogs and the skis in the truck, and I'm down there tracking another track, which is called Loud Guitars, Fast Cars, and Wild Wild Livin'.
Yeah. And I also noticed there was a lot of covers on the album. I mean, there's a David Bowie song.
All except for one, isn't it?
3
covers.
Well, there covers in the meaning that we didn't write them, but there's 3, you know, well-known.
There's David Bowie, Hang On to Yourself.
Good Rockin'.
Good Rockin'.
Montrose did.
Right.
And All the Way from Memphis.
Which I think we're just about to play. Here is the debut from these guys and some other guys and girl that you'll probably recognize. It's Contraband. This is the debut of All the Way from Memphis.
That came out.
Still your personal host, Riki Rachtman. We were going to spend the rest of the time talking to these guys about the ever-present facial hair. But instead, I thought it might be more important to talk about your guys' other bands other than Contraband. For instance, Bobby, what's going on with Ratt?
Ratt is getting ready to tour come late June. Got a best-of album coming out. And
a lot of good stuff you guys can put on that.
Yeah, there's a lot of material, you know, 6 albums worth, and going to be touring through the summer into the fall, and then we'll come back home, work on next record.
And what about MSG?
MSG is going to be called the Michael Schenker Group in the future again, featuring McAuley, Robbie McAuley, and we are ready to go. I think our pre-production starts on the 9th this month, and the album should be out in summer.
Cool. Well, thanks, and for taking the time to talk to us. And remember, you guys check out a Contraband with a lot of really good artists on it. And Pedersen of Vixen and also Contraband is going to be here in a few minutes, probably to talk dirt about these guys. Get enough. You're on the Headbangers Ball, and right now we have Pedersen, who you may know from Vixen. But of course, tonight we are talking about this great all-star band called Contraband.
Contraband it is.
And Michael and Bobby told us a little bit earlier how the band got together. Have you ever played with any of these guys before? How did you get involved with the band?
Well, actually, I played with Tracii a long time ago, just at a rehearsal studio. I picked up Kelly's bass and we started jamming. But I think it just sort of came about. I mean, we all know each other from our management. We all have the same management, so we all see each other down at the manager's offices and stuff like that.
What kind of trash can you tell us about the guys now that they're gone?
Ah,
Let's hear the dirt.
the dirt. Well, let's see. You want how often they bathe or anything like that?
Well, we could tell that from here. I don't think you at home could really tell, but that's kind of good. Was it different playing with all new band members? I'm sure that you were used to playing with Vixen for so long and then playing with all new band members. Was it, you know, different?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was, I mean, it was just a more spontaneous feeling because you don't know what they're going to play. Whereas with Vixen, I mean, you know, you get so used to the way that your members play. You know, like I'll go to do a fill in a certain space, and Roxy will kind of know what I'm going to play like. Whereas with Bobby, I didn't know what kind of fill.
Was there a lot of improvisation on the record that everybody kind of did with their own?
Oh yeah, in the studio too. I mean, every take was different.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
well,
yeah, it was real easy.
Come back and talk Cher in a little bit. But right now, here is the debut from Mr. Big. Now, the guitar solo in this song is played with a guitar pick on a drill bit. That's how it gets like the really, really fast sound. It's kind of cool. This is Mr. Big, the debut of Green Tinted 60s Mind. Here's Ball, now coming to you from Los Angeles, as if you could tell. And Cher Pedersen is here with us tonight, and we're talking about Contraband. Now, what did the other girls from Vixen have to say when you told them about this thing you're putting together, or that you guys are all doing?
They said, have fun, make sure it doesn't get in the way of Vixen. But, I mean, they were cool about it, you know. I always ask them, you know, is it okay if I go do this press stuff, you know? And they're like, yeah, that's cool.
And have they heard the Contraband record?
Yeah, they have. They like it.
Yeah,
they
What's
do.
your favorite song on the Contraband record?
Oh.
Because it seems like there's a lot of, you know, kind of 70s feeling in it,
yeah,
especially with the Bowie song and the Mott the Hoople song.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the kind of stuff we all grew up listening to. Probably my favorite would be All the Way from Memphis, the single, and the Bowie tune, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's a few, but I like the Bowie song. I really like the bass on that one. You can hear it really good, too.
Because you're playing the bass on that one, right?
Me, myself.
Yeah, we're going to talk to Cher some more in a little bit. And also, when we return, I'm going to announce the winner of the Headbangers Ball Mission Megadeth contest. We're going to tell you about that. Headbangers Ball's always got the coolest contests. Headbangers Ball. And I want to just ask you a real quick question. We're here with Cher Pedersen from Vixen, but also from Contraband. What is going on with Vixen right now?
We just finished touring with Deep Purple all over Europe for about 2 months, which was great.
Yeah.
And I'm sending a telepathic message to Richie, wherever you are. Hello, Richie. He's into that stuff. He'll hear that.
Okay. Sure. He'll get it. And are we going to see another Vixen album pretty soon?
Well, we're going to go to sleep for a while. And then when we wake up, we'll write and do all that sort of thing. Probably
so
not
a little bit of meditation to Richard, a little bit of sleep, and then we'll have a new Vixen album. Great. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for stopping by, and we are going to be talking to Tracii Guns from LA Guns and Richard Black from Shark Island, who are also members of Contraband with Cher and with, who else? Michael Schenker and Bobby Blotzer. So it's a killer band.
Very confusing, isn't it?
I'll figure it out. Meditate with that one. Also, right after this next video, you're going to see the Slayer world premiere for Seasons in the Abyss. This is a killer song from Slayer, and